this live class what will prepare to help Jamb students wey dey sit for Jamb prepare for their Jamb. Now this live class will tell you how and when you suppose use the calculator, the Jamb Online Calculator, when you dey sit for your Jamb UTME exam. Now many of my colleagues or many of my students don sit for this exam and they don tell me and they don tell us our experience how the exam be. Now we wan use this one tell those persons wey never sit for the exam make dem get prepared. Jamb dey very easy, but Jamb go put obstacles for you for road wey go make you go feel say the exam dey hard. For this video, I go show you how and when you suppose use Jamb Online Calculator. Make you no allow their online calculator waste your time, because there are a lot of questions wey you fit do without the use of that calculator. Now make I tell you something wey dey very important. If you dey sit down for any of these subjects wey get to do with calculation, whether na maths, whether na physics, whether na chemistry, whether na economics, or any other subject wey get to do with calculation for Jamb UTME exam, most the time you no need calculator, because Jamb don program the question in such a way that if you go fit get your normal basis for mathematics, you fit solve those questions. Now we will give you 6 tips wey go help you. One of those tips na how you go take make good use of angles, some things for angles take solve question, how you go take make good use of indices and logarithms take solve question without using calculator, how you go fit take board maths, how you go fit take use your knowledge of indices and fraction take solve question when you dey sit for the Jamb UTME exam. Now no allow Jamb dribble you with their exam, because their exam dey very simple if you go fit get the knowledge of all these basics for mathematics. Now I go take una to one important part wey we go discuss today. Now remember, wetin we dey discuss na how and when you suppose use the Jamb calculator. Now many people go use this calculator take waste their time, but if you dey sit for Jamb examination, no allow Jamb use their calculator waste your time. Now make we take the first example. If you dey deal with question wey get to do with angles, this na the one wey na people wey dey sit for physics or wey dey sit for mathematics, na im this one dey for. Now how you go fit take the small sense wey you get for angles take solve this question? E get a lot of questions wey dey go ask you for angles. The main thing wey you suppose know na how you go take use special angles. Now wetin be special angles? Special angles na angles wey be angle 30, angle 45, angle 60. These angles na the angles wey we dey call special angles. Now e get the way wey they go take give you question, but you go use special angles question sense wey you get to answer that question. Now how you fit take get the value of sine, cos and tan for these special angles? Remember, when we dey secondary school, they dey tell us say the simple logic wey you go use na this SOHCAHTOA. Now na wetin SOHCAHTOA mean? This one na sine. Sine means opposite over hypotenuse. Now cos means cos, adjacent over hypotenuse, and t means tan. Tan be equal to opposite over adjacent. Now if you go fit get this one for your head, you don solve half of your problem. Now the next thing wey you go do na to see how you go bring out a right triangle. Now if you see a right triangle, in that right triangle, we call am right triangle because this point dey always be angle 90. Now if this point dey always be angle 90, and we take this place to be A, this place na B, and this place na C, we assume say here na 1, here na 1. If you use Pythagoras theorem, that Pythagoras theorem say always this hypotenuse wey be AC square dey equal to the sum of the square of the other two sides. That is AB square plus BC square. No be so? Na so. Now, if you see AC go give you square go dey equal to AB na 1 plus BC na 1. So AC square go dey equal to 2. Now, if you take the square of both sides, wetin go happen? This square root go cut this square, and you go see say your AC go dey equal to square root of 2. So that means say here na square root of 2. Now remember say if here na 90, here go be 45, and here go also be 45. Good. So in any exam, once you don remember this triangle, remember say here na 1, here na 1, here na root 2, and you don see how we take get the root 2, you go fit find wetin sine, cos and tan 45 be. Now make we try am. Wetin be sine? Sine say na sine of 40 na opposite over hypotenuse. So sine of 40 na opposite, and hypotenuse na the longest side. So that means sine of 45 dey equal to 1 divided by root 2. So you see how simple e dey. 1 divided by root 2. Now, what if they tell you say make you find cos 45? Cos 45 degree na cos na adjacent over hypotenuse. If here na the opposite of this angle, the adjacent go be here. That means cos na 1 divided by hypotenuse na root 2. So that means wetin cos go give you na the same thing wey sine go give you. Now make we see tan 45. If they say make we find tan 45 na opposite over adjacent. Where the opposite dey? This na the opposite 1, and the adjacent na here 1. So that means tan 45 na just 1. Now if they set any question for any student and they tell am say make e find tan 45, or make dem put 45 there and e need to find tan 45, you go see the pikin go dey find how you go use calculator find tan 45. You no need calculator. If you fit remember this right triangle, remember say here na 1, here na 1, here na root 2, here na 45, and here na 90. You don get the angle of 45. It's just 1. So you see, say if you just get this angle, you don't get the solution. Now another one wey I wan tell you na the one wey we go use get angle 30 and angle 60. That one na equilateral triangle. Now when we talk about equilateral triangle na triangle wey dey equal for all the sides. Now make we see how we go take find that one. When triangle get all inside, say all inside dey equal, that triangle na equilateral triangle. So how we fit take this one take find the equilateral triangle? How we fit take use equilateral triangle find angle 30 and 60? Now make we say this one na equilateral triangle because all the sides dey equal. So if all the sides dey equal, we take this one as A, we take this one as B, and we take this one as C. Now if I divide this angle into 2, wetin go happen? If here na 2, here na 2, this side go also be 2. If I divide them into 2 and take here as D, that means this one will be 1 and this side will be 1. Maybe so. Now if this place na angle 60 degree, here na angle 60 degree, here go be angle 30 degree, here go also be angle 30 degree because I don't divide them into 2. Now the question wey I go ask myself is say how I go take get this side of this isosceles triangle? Remember, of this equilateral triangle, remember here na angle 90 because this line divide the angle into 2. Now remember your Pythagoras theorem. You say the hypotenuse will be AB square, it dey equal to this side plus what? This side. So we will get AD square plus db square. So ab square na 2 square equal to ad square, na we dey look for, plus 1 square. Now this one go give me 4 equal to ad square plus 1. So 4, this one go come here, go be 4 minus 1 equal to ad square. Now this 4 minus 1 go give me 3. 3 equal to ad square. So if I take the square root of this side and take the square root of this side, you go know say square root will cancel square. Then the ad go be wetin? Go be 3. Root 3. So you see now, say I don't get the part wey be root 3. Now if I don't get that part, I go easily find wetin be my sine, wetin be my cos 30 and cos 60, and wetin be my tan 30 and tan 60. Now if they give me this kind of question wey involve tan 60, make I see wetin we go see. Sine 30 go dey equal to, remember say sine na opposite over hypotenuse. 30, the opposite na im be this, the hypotenuse na im be this. So tan 30, sine 30 go be 1 over what? 1 over 2. That is half, wey be 0.5. Now if I say sine 60 degree, sine 60 go dey equal to, there na 60, here na opposite, here na hypotenuse. E go dey equal to root 3 divided by 2. And if you point your calculator, e go give you 0.8660. Na im be this. Now if we go to sine cos 30 degree go dey equal to, cos na adjacent over hypotenuse. Here na the opposite, here na the adjacent, here na the hypotenuse. So e go give us root 3 divided by 2. So you see one unique thing, say sine 30, cos 30 and sine 60 na the same thing. So you fit even put that one for your head. When they say wetin be sine 60, you already know say na root 3 over 2. When they say sine 30, you already know say na root 3 over 2. Now we go see wetin cos 60 go give us. Cos 60 we say na wetin? This one na im be opposite, adjacent over hypotenuse. That is adjacent 1 divided by 2. So you see say cos 60 give us the same thing wey sine 30 give us. So sine 30 cos 60, cos 30 sine 60 na the same thing. So the only way we go see different now na tan 30. Tan 30 na wetin? Tan na wetin? Opposite over what? Over adjacent. Na im be what? 1 divided by root 3, and tan 60 degree go dey equal to opposite over what? Opposite over opposite, na im be this. So we go see opposite over what? Adjacent, because here the longest side na im be hypotenuse. So that means say tan 60 na just root 3 divided by 1, wey be same thing as what? Root 3. Now if they give you any question like this, you fit remember this. Remember say here na 2, here na 2, here na 1, here na 1, here na root 3. You go fit find any time, any tan 30 or sine 30, any 30s and 60 wey dem give you for your exam. Now make I tell you one typical question wey you go see for Jamb exam. And this typical question na the kind of question wey be say if students see, e go tire them. Make we see how we go solve that question here. Remember wetin we dey discuss now na how you go take answer question for for angles whenever they give you any question wey get to do with angle. Now see the kind of question wey Jamb will give you. Jamb say a triangle has 30 degree, 15 degree and 135 degree. The side opposite to the angle 30° is length 6 centimeter. So the question now say the side opposite to angle 135° is equal to what? And they keep this option for you. Option A, they say na 6 centimeter. Option B, they say na 6√2 centimeter. Option B, C, they say na 12√2 centimeter. And option D, they say na 6√3 centimeter. So now wetin go be your answer? Sin 30 we fit get am. Sin 50 we no know which one e go be because no be special angle. Sin 135 we no know wetin e go be, no be special angle. Now if they give you this kind of question, how you wan take start? I want you, if you dey watch this video, make you just think now, say if you see this kind of question for your mathematics for JAMB tomorrow, how you go take answer am? Now remember, say they say one triangle has 30, 15 and 135°, and they tell you say the side wey dey opposite to the angle 30 e get the length wey be 6. Now they now tell you say the side opposite to angle 135 dey equal to wetin? Now the next thing wey you go do na to draw this triangle. You know say all this same triangle, if we assume say we wan draw this triangle, all the angles no go even dey the same. Now if we look this angle very well, you go find out say we go take here to be 30, make we just take here to be the next one 15°, and make we take here to be 135°. Remember say they say the angle wey dey the side wey dey opposite angle, this one 30°, say na 6 centimeter. The one wey dey opposite to 135 na im dey see make we look for. So wetin dem give you, if this angle na A, this angle na B, this angle na C, so that means we dey find the side of A, we know the side of C, but we no know the side of B. So they give us 3 angles complete, one side with one side wey we dey look for. So how you go take answer this question? Once you see this question, make your mind just go straight to sine rule. Remember say sine rule na the side divided by sine of x equal to the other side, which can be h, divided by the sine of what? H. So now if you look this thing very well, you go know say they give us already this x, they give us this angle, but they no give us this one. So now there we go start from. If we start from there, we go see say 30 give us 6 divided by sine what? Sine 30 equal to the other one na x divided by sine 135. You see this point now where many students go hang. They go start to dey ask themselves, how I wan take get sine 135? Now remember one thing for principles of angles. Angles can be, we can get complementary angles to this angle, and all of them go give us the same thing. Now if I get sine, if I get sine of 180° minus theta, this one fit give me angle wey go dey the same thing with what? With sine of this angle. Now theta fit be anything. It fit be angle 135. So if theta be angle 135, I put my sine of 180 minus 135. 180 minus 135, wetin e go give me? If 180 minus 135, the answer wey we go get na wetin? Na 45. So you go see now say sine of 45 dey equal to the sine of 135. So if no be true, make you punch am for your calculator. Now if you punch am for calculator, you go see say na the same thing. So wetin we need now to find the sine of wetin? Of 45. If we get the sine of 45, we don get the sine of this value. So that one don make our work easy. So we go come here, we go say this one na 6 divided by sine 30. Remember wetin sine 30 give us? If you just remember that triangle. No need of you to even write everything at once. Remember say here na 30, here na 1, here na 2, here na root 3. So 30 sine na opposite over what? Hypotenuse. So sine 30 na 1 divided by 2. That one go be equal to x divided by. Another one wey we go do na sine 45. If you just draw this one here, remember you dey exam hall, you no suppose waste time. If this one na 45 degree, remember say here na root 2, here na 1, 1. Sine na opposite over hypotenuse. So we go get wetin? 1 divided by root wetin? Root 2. So wetin you go do na to cross multiply this one. This one go come give me 6 multiplied by 1 divided by root 2 equal to wetin this one go give me? Half times x. So wetin this one go give me na 6 divided by root 2 equal to this one na half divided by 2, half times x. So if I multiply both sides by 2, here go give me wetin? X equal to 6 multiplied by 6 divided by root 2 multiplied by 2. So wetin that one go give me? That one go give me, if you check am well well, e go give me 12 divided by root wetin? Root 2. This one no be the answer because e no dey the option. So wetin we need to do na to rationalize. Rationalization means say we go multiply here by 2 and multiply the denominator by 2. Na to make sure say we remove the surd or this number wey no dey rational from the denominator. So 12 times 2, root 2 go give us 12 root 2. And for surd, root times root go give us the value wey dey inside, na im be 2. So if 2 cancel here, 2 here go give us 6. So our answer go be 6 root 2. So anything wey you dey do for surd and they tell you say square root of a, you multiply another square root of a, make you know say your answer na a. Because when square root of a number, they multiply the square root of the same number, your answer go be that number. So if you check this side, you go see say the option dey there. That one na option B. So you see say if you no get the knowledge of this angle and all this special angle, you no go fit solve this question. Take am or leave am. So you see na the kind of question wey they go give you for angle wey go shake your body small. So as we don touch this one now, make you go see wetin sine rule talk, see wetin cosine rule talk, make you also see wetin how angles take relate. I go give you this question, make you try am. As you dey watch this live class, if you try this question, just drop your answer for the comment section. If I give you this question, I will give you some hints wey you go take solve am. Na the same question too wey Jamb fit ask you for under angles. You go see how simple this question be, but when person read am, you go say, kai, this question too hard. You go just jump and go the second question. Now make you see this question. The question say if sec square theta plus tan square theta is equal to 3. They now say the angle theta is equal to. Now I go give you the option. The option na option A. The question say na 30 degree. Option B, the question say theta na 45 degree. Option C, the question say theta na 60 degree. Option D, the question say theta na 90 degree. And option E, the question say theta na 105. Now, how you go fit take solve this question? You go see say if you no get knowledge of trigonometry about wetin this one be, you no go fit solve this question. Now, make I just give you one hint. This hint dey very important. Make you try am. Remember, for trigonometry, if we get sec square theta plus 1 dey equal to tan square theta. Now, make you use your head. If you no know anything for trigonometry, you go find am hard to answer this question, but the question dey very simple. If I give you this tip, say sin square theta plus 1 equal to tan square theta, how you go fit take solve this one if you see am for your exam? Make you think about am. Now, make I go to the next tip. The next tip wey I go talk about now na powers and fraction. Now, tip number 2 na when they give you question wey get to do with power and fraction. Wetin we dey talk about power and fraction? Power and fraction na when you get something like this wey be power. This one na tip 2. When you get something like this, power or index and wetin and fraction. Now, when you get index and fraction, that's Jamb just set any question for you wey involve index and power and fraction, just to test your knowledge on how to manipulate figures or how to manipulate fraction and powers. Now, when I talk say na fraction and power, the kind of question wey I dey think wey go come your mind na question like this. Power na when you have a to the power of 3. This na the power, or we dey call am index. In case you hear that grammar index, make you know say na the same thing they dey talk. Either this one na power or na index. Now, when they give you this kind of question, now imagine say they give you this kind of question for exam, how you go take solve am? Make I tell you. They say if 25 to the power of x minus 1 dey equal to 64 multiplied by 5 divided by 2 to the power of 6. They say make you find x. Wetin be the value of x? And so Jamb go take ask you, my brother, where you wan take start for this kind of question? If you no know how to manipulate power and fraction, you no go fit even know where you go start for this question. Now, the first thing wey I go tell you now na make you go see everything wey you go fit raise to power wey go give you 64. 2 to the power of 2, you know say na 4. 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4, 2 to the power of 5. Continue go learn this one up to the power of up to the 2 to the power of 10. Go learn wetin this thing go give you. You go see am where you go apply am for your exam. Learn 2, learn 3, learn 4. 4 to the power of 2, 4 to the power of 3. Wetin e go give you? All these things na squares of number. Make you learn wetin they go give you. If you no know wetin they dey give you, you go get serious problem. Now, make we see how we go take manipulate this one. This question no suppose use calculator, because anybody wey try to dey use calculator come dey say dey find 5 to the power of 6 or 2 to the power of 6, you go waste your time. And Jamb, you no get time, because the 3 question subject wey you get na 40 question na 120 plus 60 question wey go come from English, use of English. All of them na 180 question, and they no go give you more than 200 minutes to solve that 180 question. So where you get the time? Some people go start with the point calculator, 5 to the power of 6, 2 to the power of 6. You go fail am. Now, wetin you go do now na to find how you go take reduce this side and this side so that they go get the same power. Now, make we try am. If this side na 25 to the power of x minus 1, remember this one go give us 2 to the power of 6 multiplied by this one na 5 divided by 2 to the power of 6. Now, e get one law wey dey for indices. That law wey dey for indices say if you get a to the power of x, dey multiply b to the power of x. As long as two of them get the same power, you fit multiply the base a multiplied by b and then give them the same power. This one na law wey dey for mathematics and e dey work well well. So if you apply am here, you go see say that one go give you 2 multiplied by 5 divided by 2, and all of them go carry the power of 6. So you don see one thing here, 2 go just cut 2, and wetin this one go give you 5 to the power of 6. Now when you throw am here, this one na 25 to the power of x minus 1. Now you don dey see the answer dey come out. 25 na 5 to the power of 2. Remember say I tell you say make you go learn all this power. Learn square of number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. E go dey useful for you for your exam. Now you see say two of them get the same base. And for mathematics, when things get the same base, the power or the index, you go equate them. So if we equate the index, that one will give us 2x minus 2 times 1 na 2. That one will be equal to 6. So 2x will be equal to 6 plus 2. Then our 2x will be equal to 8. If you divide it by 2 and divide it by 2, 2 will cut 2. Then x will be equal to 4. So you see say it dey very easy. For person wey no know wetin e dey do, go start to dey find calculator to punch, you go fail Jamb exam, because you go use all your calculator, all your time, dey see how you go take find 5 to the power of 6 divided by 2 to the power of 6. If you dey enjoy this class wey you dey watch, make you just give this video thumbs up. Na live class and I wan use am tell you how and when you suppose use Jamb calculator. Now you see for question like this, you no suppose use Jamb calculator because you no need Jamb calculator at all. If you use am, e go waste your time. So if you dey watch this and you like am, make you give this video, make you give am thumbs up, and make you try subscribe to this channel where we dey use pidgin to help you understand any of your subject, whether na maths, whether na physics, whether na chemistry, whether na economics, whether na commerce or any other subject wey you dey sit for. So this one na power and fraction. E get the way wey dem go take set you question for fraction too. You need to manipulate those laws. So come to know all those laws wey dey govern fraction, make you see how you go take play around with those laws. That one don go. The next tip wey I go give una now na another important tip. Whether you dey sit for chemistry or you dey sit for physics, you go need these important tips. The important tip na under decimal and standard form. That one na tip 3. Tip 3 na decimal and standard weighting and standard form. Now any person wey dey do Jamb suppose know how to play with question wey get to do with decimal and question wey get to do with standard form. If they give you question and the question na 0.2, something go tell you say make you change this decimal to fraction. E dey very easy to change decimal to fraction. You see say this one na only 1 decimal point, so that means say na 10. If they give you 0.32, you go see say this one na 2 decimal place. That means say na 10 to the power of 200. So that means if I wan find the fraction of this, na just 2 divided by 10, na im go give me 0.2. This one na 100, it go be 32 divided by 100. So if I reduce all this one, like this one, if I reduce am 1 here, reduce this one 5, that means say 1 divided by 5, it dey the same thing as 0.25. So when they give you something like this, make you try put am like this, then reduce am to the simplest term or the lowest term, and that one na be the fraction. So you must learn how to change decimal to fraction so as to make your work very easy. You no need to come dey punch calculator. Calculator no go help you. So this na how and when you suppose use Jamb calculator. Now make you see this kind of question. Now what about for standard form? e get something wey I dey always tell my students, and e dey very important, whether you dey sit for physics or you dey sit for chemistry or you dey sit for biology, you need to know everything wey you suppose know for standard form. Standard form na how to express big number make e dey like small number, so that when you dey read am, e go be like say you dey read small number. Now make we see this one. Make we see wetin this one talk for standard form. When you dey do anything for standard form, when you dey count number, if this one na 0.2 something and you dey count your number, your decimal place dey shift am to this side, that means we dey go from left to wetin to right. The power wey this one go get na negative wetin, na negative power. Make you take note of that one. Now if you dey move something, like say the decimal dey like 345.2, and you wan move this point from here to this side and to this side, you see say e dey move from wetin, from your right to your left. This one, the power go be positive. Na im make if you see something, you go see something at 2.0 times 10 to the power of minus 2, because I move two places. Now if I move this one 1, 2, you go give me 3.452 times 10 to the power of how many times I move? 2. So you see say this one na positive and this one na negative. If you know how to play around with this for standard form, my brother, there is nothing wey Jamb go do you. You go dey able to wetin, to answer their question without any much problem. Now make we see how Jamb question dey be wey go involve you to use standard form. Now make we test this question, see wetin we go get. For this question, Jamb say make you find the value wey this question, the answer wey this question go give you. Now wetin be the question? The question dey say you get 1.28, you dey multiply am by 10 to the power of 4, and now they say make you divide am by 6.4 times 10 to the power of 2. Now they say this one go dey equal to wetin. Now if you see this question well, you go see, or you go find out say this one na decimal, this one na decimal, this one na standard form, this one na standard form. So how you go take solve am? One good thing wey I dey tell my students be say anytime wey you see decimal, anywhere wey you see decimal, make you try to reduce that decimal. If you try reduce that decimal or comot that decimal wey dey confuse you, that one go help make you do wetin, that one go help you reduce the confusion wey go dey that question if you wan solve question. So if they give you this kind of question, make I first ask you, how you go take solve am? Na the kind of thing wey I go ask you, how you wan take solve this kind of question? Now make you look how we go take solve this question. We will see how we go take solve this question. Any student wey tackle this question, how e take solve this question, e go matter how im go take get the answer. If you solve am anyhow, you see anyhow. If you solve am well, you go see your answer go appear. So how you go take solve this kind of question? First of all, make we reduce this one. You know say na standard form. Make we comot all the decimal. So if we comot all the decimal, this one go move from 1, 2. You see how e dey move? E move from 1, 2. And remember, I tell you say when e don dey move from left to right, na wetin e go give you? That place go give you wetin? E go give you negative. E go give you negative. So we go get 128 times 10 to the power of minus 2 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4. So you don see am now. That one go dey on its own. Then this one, e go move from here to here. E don move 1. So that one go give you 64 times 10 to the power of minus 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 2. Now remember one rule for mathematics. Say if you get something like this, a to the power of x multiplying another a to the power of y, you say this one will be equal to a to the power of x plus y. So if I add this one, I will get my 128 multiplying 10 to the power of minus 2 plus 4. And if I apply that same thing here, it will be, this one will be divided by, this one will be divided by 64 times 10 to the power of minus 1 plus 2. So this will give me 128 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 2 plus 4 will give us 2. Divided by, this one will give us 64 multiplied by 10 to the power of minus 1 plus 2 will give us 1. So this one now tell me say the 0 wey dey after 4 na just 1, so we will get this one as 640. The 0 wey dey after 8 na 2, so we will get this one as 128 wetin 0. These two dey divide, so we will get 1280 divided by 640. 0 will cut 0, so we will get 128 divided by 64. So if you divide this one, wetin you go get? Make you divide am very well. If you cut am, that's why I say you no need, at this point you no even need Jamb calculator, because 2 go go here to give us 32, 2 go go here to give us 6, 2 go go here to give us 4, 2 go go here to give us wetin 16, 2 go go here to give us 32, 2 go go here to give us wetin 8. 8 times 2 na 16. 2 go go here to give us 16. 8 here go go here to give us 1. Then 8 here go go here to give us wetin 8 go go there to give us 2. So wetin you go see there be say the answer na wetin na 2.0. Na im be the answer, and that 2.0 na the same thing as we having 2.0 times 10 to the power of 1, and that one will be wetin will be your answer. In case they tell you make you put the answer for decimal for standard form, you go leave am like so. In case they no tell you, you leave am like so, na e still your answer. So you see say for all these things wey we just do, we no even point to one calculator. This na when you no suppose use calculator to save your time for Jamb. If you dey follow me, make you no forget to give this video one thumbs up, and make we continue. Now we don see tip number 3. Tip number 4 na how you go take use squares and square roots. Now how you go take use squares and square root? Now you get some question wey they go ask you, you no need even press your calculator, you no need come dey struggle to say how you go take get the square root of one number, because e dey very very easy to get am. So we go see wetin be squares and wetin and square root. Make you pay attention to this topic very well, because some people go see this kind of question and they go dey ask themselves say how they go fit take find this kind of square root of one number. Now when we say something na square, it means when you get a to the power of 2, b to the power of 10, all these ones were, this one na wetin na square. When we get b to the power of 2 na square, c to the power of 2 na square, 100 to the power of 2 na square. So when you say square, na wetin be square be that. Now when we say square root mean when you have a, square root of a. When you get 100, square root of 100. Now I want you make you use yourself, make you go find all the perfect square roots. All the perfect square root. Wetin I mean perfect square root na when you get square root of 64. Remember say square root of 64 na wetin na 6. Square root of 64 na when square of 64, sorry, make I no talk square root first, make I talk square. e go give you when you get 2 to the power of wetin 6. 32, if you wan put am to the power of 2, na 2 to the power of wetin 2 to the power of 5. So make you know all these ones, e dey important. This one na 2 to the power of 5, na 32. So anything wey be square, e fit be something wey you go fit use 2 to the base, or you fit use something to the power. Remember, square na 2, so look at for the square of all numbers. I want to make you know wetin 2 square be, wetin 3 square be, wetin 4 square be, wetin 5 square be, wetin 6 square be, wetin 7 square be. Look for all these things up to wetin 100 square. That one will help you think of question very easy. Now when we talk about square root too, make you learn how to find the square root of 1 to wetin to 100. Make you also learn how to find the square of number from 1 to 100. E dey very important. If you go fit get this one, know this one, e go help you. Now what if they tell you make you find the square root of a number? See the kind of question wey Jamb go ask you. Make me and you make we talk about this question. See this kind of question, make you tell me how you go take answer this question. Jamb say, given that this one na cube root of 4 to the power of 2x, they say e dey equal to 16. The question say make you find wetin find x. This na Jamb question wey I get from Jamb past question. Here they give you the option, say A na 6, they give you the option, say B na 2, C na 3, and D na wetin na 4. Now if you no know how to manipulate cube root, square root, square, cube, square root, and cube root, you no go understand. Cube root na when you get the cube cube root of one number. Then cube na when you get a to the power of 3, or you get 100 to the power of 3. So take note of square and cube, take note of square root and cube root. So this one wey dem give you now, wey dey to this question, na cube root. So how you go take solve this question? Remember all the principles of indices. When you get a cube root of a number, when you get whether na square root of cube root of any number, anything wey dey here, even like 4, even if na 5, the law of indices say this one go give you a to the power of 1 divided by 4, because that fourth root or cube root or square root na im go become a fraction wey go be the index. So you see say with that one we fit find the answer to this question. So that one go now give us 4 to the power of 2x multiplied by 1 divided by 3, and that one go dey equal to 16. Now you see where square comes in. We go find wetin we go put for as a base of 16, so that two of them go get the same base. That one go come give me something like 4 to the power of 2 na wetin na 4 times 4, and 4 times 4 na 16. So I will get 4 to the power of 2x divided by 3 equal to 4 to the power of 2. So since they get the same base, I will just equate the power. Then this one will be equal to 2. If you cross multiply, you will see say 2x dey equal to 6. If you divide here by 2, divide here by 2, 2 go cut 2, then x will be equal to 6 divided by 2 na 3. So you see, this kind of question, you no suppose use calculator. This na when you no even suppose use calculator think of anything. Once you don see am for your computer screen, you just write fast for this simple paper and pencil wey dey go allow you enter. You just solve am, go there, click, you carry your mouse, click the right option, waka go your way. Now na the kind of thing wey they go give you. Now I want to make you also try this one. This one I no go do am, but I want to make you try am. This one go test your knowledge how you go take play with square root when they give you square root. How you go fit take find the perfect square of any number. I go just give you hints, but I want to make you take your time solve am. The filter is make you simplify this kind of question. This na Jamb question. I just bring am out from Jamb past question. Now the filter is make you simplify square root of 98 minus square root of 50 divided by square root of 32. Now how you want to think about this one? Many people go find this question very very hard, and immediately they see am for screen, fear go catch them. They go just change to the next one. But you know say this question no hard. When you know wetin be perfect square root and you know square root wey no be perfect, you go fit answer this question. Now make we look for the perfect square root. For 98, if we divide 98 by 2, wetin e go give us? 9 divided by 2 na 4. 4 times 2 na 8. E go remain 1. 18 divided by 2 na 9. 9 times 2 na 18. So you see say 98 go fit give us 2 times 49. And you know say 49 na perfect square. So that means that one, we will get that one to be wetin? 49 times 2 minus. If you do this one now, you go find one perfect square root from this one. So if you find them, you go see say this one will give us 50. If you divide them by 2, it will give you 25. And 25 na perfect square. So that one will give us wetin? That one will give us 25 multiplied by 2. I don't do the question finish for you now. Now when you do this one too, this one na 32. If you divide them by 2, this one will give you 16. 16 na perfect square. Square root of 16 will give you 4. So you go get 16 multiplied by 2. When you separate them, this one will give you square root of 49 multiplied by square root of 2 minus square root of 25 multiplied by square root of 2 divided by square root of 16 multiplied by square root of 2. This one na perfect square. Square root of 49. Remember, square root of 49 will give you one simple thing, and that simple solution na 7. That one will give you 7 root 2 minus square root of 25 na 5 root 2 divided by square root of 16 na 4 root 2. So you see say all of them carry root 2 root 2 root 2. Now for solve, the common principle for solve be say as these two get the same root, you fit minus them. 7 minus 5 will give me wetin? 2 wetin? 2 root 2 divided by 4 root 2. Now since two of them still carry the same root and the same root, you fit clear them small. This one will give you 2. So you go get root 2 divided by 2 root 2. Now we go rationalize. We will multiply here by 2 root 2 and multiply down by 2 root 2. Wetin your answer will give us? This times this will give you 2. Remember wetin I tell you. So that one will give you 2 times 2 divided by 2 times 2 will give us 4 multiplied by 2 times root 2. Root 2 times root 2 will give us 2. So this one will give us 4 divided by 8. Abi? 4 divided by 8. 4 here 1, 4 here 2. So that means your answer will be 1 divided by 2. You see say that big question wey be like say e big, na just half na be the answer. So anything wey dem give you for wey get to do with their square root, make you try reduce and reduce and reduce and reduce until you go get your perfect square. Once you fit get your perfect square, you go see say you go fit solve question like this. Now one other thing wey I go try tell you na wetin dey for square root. Now some people when they give them square root and they tell them make dem find the square root of a number, they always find am very very difficult. Like say they solve something and at the end the square answer come enter square root. They go find am very very difficult to find the square root. Now for this video, make I show you how you go fit take answer question if they give you question for square root. Now what if they say make you find the square root of 27. Remember the market woman calculator wey dem go give you for jamb, you no go fit use am find square root. So how you go take find square root of 27? Definitely this one no be perfect square root. So this one na number wey no be perfect square root. So how you fit take get am? Remember say the only number wey dey close to square root of 27 na square root of 25, and square root of 25 na 5 wetin? 5 square. After that, e get another one wey we fit get wey be square root after 27. We get 25. After 25 we get 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. If you check them finish, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, you go check one wey be perfect square. If you check the one wey be perfect square, you go see say the next perfect square wey you go get dey very far from 27. So the closest perfect square wey we go get na wetin? Na 5. Now if they give you this kind of thing and they still make you solve, wetin you go do to get the square root of 27 now? To look for the closest square root wey dey close to 27, wey even dey before am. If you see am na 5, wetin you go do be say this one go just dey equal to 5 plus. Now wetin you go do na 27, that 27 wey dey still make you look for minus 25. 27 minus 25 go give you wetin? Go give you 2. Write that 2 here and divide am by. Here you go get 2. This 2 dey always dey constant. When you dey do this thing, you go always dey put am. Now this one go be plus that wetin? Plus that 5 wey dem give you, or multiply by that 5. That is this one wey you don get the square. 1 divided by 5 go give you 0.5. So that means this one go dey plus wetin? 5. So if you find the square root of 27, square root of 27 will give you 5.5, and another one will be the answer. So you see, say if you find square root of no, 1 divided by 5. Now 1 divided by 2 na be 0.5. Make we do am so that we no go cause confusion. 1 divided by 5 na be 2 na be 0.5. So this one no dey correct. So wetin dey correct na 1 divided by 5. We get wetin? We go do am the normal division method. 1 divided by 5. 5 go dey inside and 1 go dey outside. Abi? So if you do am like that, you go find out say this one divided by this one go give me 1 divided by 5. 1 dey divide 5, so e go dey like this. Abi? 5 go dey outside, 1 go dey inside. That is 1 divided by 5. Make you take note, because e go confuse. This one fit confuse you as e dey take confuse me now. 1 divided by 5. 1 go dey inside, and we dey divide 1 with wetin? With 5. So 1 divided by 5, e no dey possible. We go put 0, put point, then put 0 here. 10 divided by 5 will give us 2. 5 times 2 will give us 10. And if you minus this one, it will give you 0, 0. So that one, the right thing wey you suppose give us na 0.2. So here go be 5 plus 0.2. So that one will be equal to 5.2. So that means the square root of 27 na 5.2. Now you see reason why I take like this method. It go give you to the nearest decimal place. Now carry calculator. If you get calculator near you, point the value of 27, square root of 27. You go see say it go give you 5.129 or 5 or thereabout. That's wetin e go give you. It go give you 5.129 2 something or 6. So if you approximate this one, it will just give you 5.2. So this method what I use now will give you exactly the approximated square root value of that value where you give. So if you see any question, they tell you make you find the square root of this, and you no want the point any calculator, just use this method. You go look for the closest square root wey dey close to that number. Na 5, we go write am. That means say the answer na 5. That 5 go plus 2. How we take get the 2? That 27 minus that 25 wey make that 5 square go give us 2, the value wey go dey up. Then down, you go write these 2. These 2 dey always dey constant for the formula. Then this one wey dey here, you go put am here. You go multiply these 2, then divide am by this one. Na im go give you the decimal wey you go add to 5. Now make we use one more example so that you go understand am well well. If we use this example na another case wey you fit get. They go tell you make you find one square root of another number. Now make we try am. This one na another special case. E fit no dey the same way wey we do am. Remember say this one we add this one. Now imagine say they make you find the square root of 97. How you fit take find the square root? Now wetin you go see be say before 97 we get 81, and after 97 we get 100. So you see say the square root of 9 square na im give us 81, 10 square na im give us 100. So you see say 97, 98, 99, 100. 97 dey closer to number wey get square root wey dey after am. But remember that example wey we take for 27, square root of 25 dey before wetin? Before this one. So wetin go happen now, because 81 dey far from 97. If you count the number wey dey before 81, between 81 and 97, they dey too much. So we no go use the one wey dey before, because e get so many number wey come before am. We go use the one wey dey after. Now wetin be the implication of using the one wey dey after? If we use the one wey dey after, we go get this one be 10. Now instead of plus, e go be wetin? E go be minus. So that means if I dey use a perfect square wey dey after the number, I go minus. But if I dey use a perfect square wey dey before the number, I go add. So that one go still give me wetin? 100 minus 97. 100 minus 97 go give me wetin? Go give me 3. So here go be 3 divided by, remember 2, I say 2 dey always dey constant, multiply by 10. So this one go give me 10 minus 3 divided by 20. 3 divided by 20 na the same thing as 1 divided by 5. If you check am very well, 3 go dey inside, 20 go dey outside. 3 divided by 20 no dey possible, we go put 0. Point, put 1 0 here. 30 divided by 20, you go go how many times? 1. 20 times 30, 1 go give us 20. You go minus this one go give you 10 and wetin? And 0. 10 divided by 20, e no dey possible, we go put 0. 100 divided by 20, wetin e go give you? 5. You go write 5. 5 times 20 go give you 100. So if you minus this one, it will give you 0, 0, 0. So that means 10 minus 0.15. So when you subtract this one, you will see say your answer will give you something like, maybe add with the add. If you subtract 15 from this, your answer will give you 9 point something. So if you check that one, you will get waiting, you will get 10 points. Check this one very well. If let's say we don't make mistake here, the other one we do waiting, we do 1 divided by 5, right? And waiting day inside, waiting day outside, we put 1 outside. and we'll put 5 inside. Abi? Now wetin we do the other side? Good. So if you check this one very well, you go see say if you turn the other way around, this one suppose be 1 go dey inside. 1 go dey inside. 1 go dey inside, 5 go dey wetin? 5 go dey outside. So make you try that one, make you see wetin e go give us. So if you try and see wetin e go give us, you go see say the answer go dey very very different. 3 divided by 20, e dey like 3 dividing 20. 3 persons dey divide 20. So when you put am, you go see say your answer dey very very different. This one go dey, this one suppose give us something like this. We dey do am the wrong way. Now make you check this one very well. This one suppose give us something like instead of 3 to dey inside, we will get something like this: 20 divided by 3. Abi? 20 divided by 3 will give us positive number. So you no need to start to dey point your calculator. If you do this one, you go see say the answer we go get na 20 divided by 3. 20 divided by 3. Make I see the other way around, because if you get this one no suppose give us something less. It's supposed to give us something wey dey higher. Na im make I dey suspect say e fit no dey correct. Now 20 divided by 3. 20 divided by 3, if he give us 0 points, no, not 3 go dey inside. So if you simplify this one very well, you go see say your answer will give you something like 10.9. Make you try am. 3 divided by 20. Make we try convert that one to decimal. If you try convert that one to decimal, you go see say the answer could be very very easy for us to play with. Now if we want convert this one for decimal, it will give us this one, because 20 divided by 3, that one will give us because 3 times 7 will give us 21. So 3 times 6, 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 6 will give us weighting, will give us 18. So here will give us even 6. So it will give us one perfect number. So the best thing na the one we will do before. 3 go dey inside and 20 go dey outside. And that one will give us 0.15. So if we simplify them, now waiting, that one will give us 0.15. So make we subtract this one from this one, and you will see say we will get our answer. We will dey close to the square root of 97. So you see say when you play around with something like this, you will find out say solving question wey get to do with square root, e no hard at all. E go dey very very easy, because if they ask you to find any square root or like this, e go dey easy for you to find. Now the principle dey straightforward. If you see any number wey dey, if you find the perfect square wey dey before 97, make you do wetin? Make you add am. But if you perfect square wey you get dey after the number, you go do wetin? You go subtract am. That number wey you go subtract minus this number minus this go give us negative. So it go give us 3 divided by 2. The 2 dey constant, divided by this 10. So if you multiply this one, it will give you 20. This one na 3 divided by 20. If you do this one, it will give you decimal. If you subtract them from 10, it will give you the answer wey square root of 97 will give you. Now just the principle I want you make you learn. And once you don learn that principle, try am with many other square root. You go see say you go get the answer, and you go fit easily find square root of any number. Now the last thing wey we wan talk about now, the last tip 5, na wetin we go use na board mass. For some places they dey use am as penders. Some people dey use am, they call am penders. Some people they call am board mass. So under this one, we don't talk about square root, square root, cube and cube root. So this one na number 6. Number 6 na when you dey use wetin? Board maths. If you dey do mathematics or you dey do any other subject, e get the kind of question wey dem go give you, you go need board maths to solve am. If na other foreign countries, we get that one as what? PEMDAS. Parenthesis, equality, inequality, multiplication, division, addition and subtraction. But our own dey very simple wey we dey use. Board maths, bracket, of, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. That means if they give you anything wey get to do with fraction, if bracket dey, you go treat bracket first. If of dey, the next thing na of. If division dey, you go treat division before multiplication. If multiplication dey, you go treat multiplication before addition. If addition dey, you go treat addition before subtraction. So when they give you number question like that, make you try use board maths. Imagine question like this. Make I see this question. Now I show you this question. They tell you make you simplify this question. They tell you this one as 3 divided by 4 of 3 divided by 4 of 4 divided by 9. They come put this to be divided by 9 to this fraction. And they say this one they divided by this whole fraction divided by 19, 1 divided by 19. And they make you simplify this one. So you see, say we get brackets, we get off, we get division, and we get another division outside. So nobody go tell you say the first thing wey you go solve na everything wey dey this bracket. And as everything dey inside this bracket, you go first of all treat the off first. After the off, you go enter the division. After the division, you go come enter everything. By that time you don get everything wey dey here, you go come divide am by this one. But the first thing wey you go do na to change all these fractions from proper to improper fraction. Change all of them to be single fraction before you go start to dey do all those ones. So if you apply bracket first, solve everything wey dey for bracket. Now off is next. You go solve off first. After off, you do division. After division, you go the division wey dey outside the bracket, and then you go solve am. So you see, say if you go fit practice this one and know all these little principles, e go help you to solve question easily when you dey solve question for Jamb, and e go help you no go use calculator too much. Because if you use calculator when you no suppose use calculator, you go spend your time, you go waste your time, and at the end you fit no meet up with the time wey you need to answer all your question. So for this video, we don learn many things for this live class. Wetin go help you know how and when you go use Jamb calculator. 1, when they give you simple question wey get to do with board maths, square and square root, fraction and decimal, indices and standard form, and angles. I know and I dey sure say if you join me for this live class, you go know how to use all the things wey we don discuss to use answer that question. So all of them no go be big problem for you. So the last tip wey we go give you na tip 7. Make you get your own strategy wey you go take answer question fast and sharply for class. Make you derive strategy. Say, okay, this na wetin I go do. I go start from the top, bottom to the top, because sometimes they put the cheap questions for the last ones, then the hard ones they go put for front for you, so that when you see those hard questions, you go waste time there. Before you go end them, you go see cheap question. So even if na CBT, just go next, go from down and start from down up if it dey possible. Now if e no dey possible, then you take am gradually until you get to the last question number 40. But if e dey possible, start from 40 dey go up. it will help you see all those simple questions wey dem don put for down, wey dem expect say student wey no dey smart go spend the time wey dem suppose send for that simple question for that top one. If you join me for this live class, I know say you don learn something this evening. As we dey look forward say una JAMB go end before the 4th of May, we go dey consider some past question under maths, physics and chemistry and other topic too. Make you no forget to always join this our live class. Anytime we will call for you to join this live class, you go enjoy some tips wey go help you pass your exam. My hope na make you pass your exam so that you go get to your university level and make you prosper from there. If you enjoy this class, this live class from Unique Pidgin Academy, make you try give this video a thumbs up, make you share am with friends, and make you no forget to subscribe to our channel for more of this live class so that you will get notified when we come up live to discuss topic like this. I wan tell una say make una thank you very much for those wey join us for this live class, and I dey look forward to see una for our next live class wey we go dey do. Thank you very much and make una bye bye for now.